Technology will not save us from ourselves. We can use our technology to create or destroy, free or enslave, to enlighten or control. These are the choices that will dominate our future. Dr. Stephen Novella. The rest of the video is based on the book, The Skeptics' Guide to the Future. What if I told you that warp drive probably won't save us, but laser-pushed star seeds might? We are separating science fiction dreams from deliverables. We'll keep the wonder, lose the wishful thinking, and show what you might actually witness by 2050. Before we jump into predictions, a toolkit. First, beware straight-line hype. The idea that because a curve rose yesterday, it will rise forever. Progress isn't smooth. It stalls. It breaks. It hits walls. Second, check the base rates. Ask how often things like this have worked before. Most so-called revolutions collapse quietly into the scrap heap of history. Third, respect the laws of physics. And finally, remember that engineering, not imagination, decides the pace. Supply chains, energy, maintenance. These are the real gatekeepers. Skepticism isn't cynicism. It's the only filter we have left against the sugar-coated prophecies we're sold. Every future runs on energy, its density, its reliability, its unseen limits. In the near term, the winners are obvious. Advanced fission quietly humming in remote facilities, massive solar and wind farms paired with storage that holds the sun and the wind in suspended anticipation, and smarter grids that decide second by second what gets power and what waits. Fusion promises a future almost unimaginable, but timelines stretch like shadows at sunset, immense potential, almost mythic and maddeningly uncertain. The real bet is electrification. Bring light, heat, transport, and industry into the grid first. Only then can we dream of scaling the hard stuff. Robots excel where the world is structured. Warehouses, factories, disaster zones mapped like board games. Here, efficiency is easy, predictable, even comforting. AI keeps leveling up, but the dream of general, human-like intelligence is not guaranteed, no matter how many times it is promised on a timetable. What we should expect instead is quieter, more subtle. Machines working alongside us as cobots, autonomy growing step by step, and layers of oversight wherever the stakes are too high to fail. Progress here is not a leap into science fiction. It is a negotiation, a slow bargain between what is possible, what is safe, and what we are willing to surrender. CRISPR, organoids, and bioprinting are not tickets to immortality. They point instead to replacement parts, patchwork solutions before radical life extension ever comes into view. Expect engineered tissues to mend what fails, precision drugs aimed like scalpel blades, and therapies that try to slow the quiet erosion of aging. And brain-computer interfaces, not the instant fusion of man and machine we're sold, but cautious tools of medicine, tested carefully, bound by trials, stripped of their spectacle. The future here arrives not as transcendence, but as repair. The near future won't look like a Jetsons skyjam of flying cars. It'll be quieter, almost boring. Smarter transit networks, retrofitted buildings, and power grids that don't collapse every time the wind blows. The flashiest tech, you won't even see it. Invisible code, trimming peaks, shaving waste, and keeping the lights on while everything else falls apart. Terraforming whole planets sounds epic, but it's painfully slow. Orbital habitats, on the other hand, can give us Earth-like gravity, built-in radiation shields, and ecosystems we can tweak without rewriting an entire world. So before you see a breathable Mars, expect stations and domes circling overhead. The future will not arrive all at once. but in layers. Some things are near certain. Smarter grids quietly balancing supply and demand. Transport shifting from combustion to electrification. Medicine fabricating tissues as easily as plastics once were. Robots becoming less clumsy, more capable. And our first surveys of the asteroids. Small steps outward. Then come the plausible, laser-driven sails flickering outward toward the stars. Orbital habitats expanding, messy experiments in self-contained worlds. Nuclear technologies revisited, designed to be safer, cheaper, more distributed. But long shots remain exactly that. Fusion, promising infinite fire, but trapped in decades of prototypes. Radical attempts to extend human lifespans beyond recognition. And beyond even these are fantasies. Faster than light travel, the dream of bending gravity itself. Seductive, but still science fiction. The trick is to stay excited, but never hypnotized. To believe in possibilities, but anchor them in evidence.